Before I really get into this video, I just wanted to put a trigger warning at the beginning, letting you know that I'm going to be talking about some sensitive type stuff. So if you don't want to hear anything dealing with children and exploitation, then this is probably not the video for you to watch. Hey, welcome back to my channel, or welcome. So I wanted to sit down and talk about the movie Cuties that's on Netflix. And I don't subscribe to Netflix, so I really don't keep up with Netflix that much. So I don't know if it's actually come out or if it's due to come out. But from what I understand, the movie Cuties is based off of a French film that is supposed to be a cautionary tale of the hypersexualization of children. And just from the articles that I've read, I can kind of understand where the director was kind of trying to go with the direction of the film. And the way that like social media, things like TikTok and Instagram and all this, you know, the way that these young girls will feel like to get the attention or the likes or the popularity that they want is to be overtly sexual. We see it a lot of times on TikTok, you know, with many TikTokers who are very young, who visually appear to be much older than what they really are. Now, here's my problem with the movie, which I don't even know if it's a movie or going to be a TV series, but from what I understand, it's going to be a movie. But here's my problem with it. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this. It's over-sexualizing children. Like, you're wanting to talk about the cautions of child exploitation, but you're simultaneously exploiting children to do that. Like, that doesn't, the two don't make sense to me. Like, how are you going to try to make a film that's against something or trying to bring awareness to something while doing the same exact thing? And there was one particular comment on the thread on Twitter that kind of caught my attention, and I wanted to just read it to you real quick. It says, "Children just do children stuff. They're dancing, and to add a sexual undertone to it is something society does, not the children." And I can kind of get where this person was going with that comment. Like, you know, us adults in society sometimes see things and we'll see something sexual in it when there's really not when it's really not meant to be sexual. But on the other hand, I disagree with her, especially whenever it comes to this particular clip that I saw of the movie. The choreography that these young girls were displaying was purposely meant to be over-sexualized. You know, the inappropriate touching, the seductive looks to the camera, the, you know, zoom in shots of inappropriate places on these children. And I feel like they could have expressed the tone of this movie without having to do these certain kinds of scenes. Like, you know, I understand that you want to convey a message, but if it's supposed to be about, you know, how social media encourages young girls to want to be overtly sexual to get likes, then why not have the movie be about, you know, the story of somebody trying to be on TikTok and trying to get famous on TikTok who's way too young to be doing these kind of things. You know, I feel like you can convey the same message without having to show the explicitness of such sexual things. I mean, you know, there's other movies and shows that I can think of, you know, like just off the top of my head, like SVU. You know, like it's a crime drama. They have episodes that are you know, where they talk about, you know, child exploitation, and they are able to convey the message of the trauma that said child went through without having to show the details of what that child went through. If that makes sense of what I'm trying to say. Overall, I just feel like this was just a big fail for Netflix to even, like, try to push out this movie. If you Google up the images from the French film to the US version, you can tell that there's a very, very big difference between the two. Like, the French version is just like, the girl's just like carrying their purses and walking down the street and just like having fun. And where is the US version of the promo poster is, you know, like the girls in their dance uniforms and one being in a very seductive pose, I guess you could say. I don't know. Just the clip that I saw was 1 minute and 40 seconds, and it was just very disturbing to sit there and watch. And for somebody to be like, "Oh, it's just kids being kids," or children being children. Like, no, that's not just children being children. Somebody directed these children to dance in this inappropriate way for the purpose of entertainment, and that's effed up. I'm trying to curb my cussing on videos. Whenever I first heard about this, I only heard about it through one of Ready to Glaire's videos, because I watched a lot of her videos, and like I really didn't get that much deeper into it till I saw this clip, and I was like, wow, like this is really what Netflix is trying to push out there. So like I said, this is something that Netflix should be putting out there. I feel like the director could have, went about it a different way to convey the same message. Also, in the threads on Twitter, there was a link to an article that I just wanted to read that was talking about the French version of the film. And the article is by NPR.org, and the title is "Cuties Call Out the Hypersexualization of Young Girls and Gets Criticized." The French film Cuties is being praised for its critique of the hypersexualization of young girls and the consequences of that as they rush to become adults in the age of social media. It began several years ago when filmmaker, and I can't say her name, I'm sorry, was at a neighborhood gathering and her jaw dropped. A group of young girls in revealing outfits came out on a stage and performed a choreographed routine. The director says they couldn't have been more than 11 years old. And they were dancing very sensually, sexually, and I was very disturbed about what I'd seen. But instead of passing judgment, the self-taught writer and filmmaker says she wanted to understand what she was seeing. She dove into research, interviewing more than 100 adolescent girls over the course of a year and a half. It's a period that's very specific, the director says, when you are not anymore totally a child and you are not an adult. You are looking for yourself, and everything is changing very fast. And I'll link the article so that y'all can read the rest of it, and if y'all choose to. But I can kind of see where she was going with that, and it was kind of the point that she was trying to make about how, like, nowadays young girls try to grow up so fast, they try to be more mature. And it was even like that whenever I was growing up. Like, all of my friends were kind of on a fast track to adulthood when we really should have been more focused on being kids. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that the way that Netflix is presenting this film is very suggestive, very inappropriate, very hypersexualized, and very exploitive to the young actresses that they have in this movie. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave a comment. Let me know your opinions. Do you think that Netflix should put this movie out? Do you think that this is a complete fail for them? And just give me your opinions. Thank you all for watching. Bye. Thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Netflix putting this movie out. What is your opinions on it? And I will see y'all in the next one.